Hi Byrdie, my name is Matin and I'm here with Lauren to show you this beautiful look that I did for Angelina a little while ago in New York City. Hope you enjoy it. So whenever I start makeup, I always start with a good face massage. Sometimes I use a face mask depending on what the condition of the skin is. This one is an oil that I'm using. The oil is by Leonard Grill and it's called Beauty Secret Oil. A beauty oil that keeps the skin glowy and it's wonderful during the winter time to keep everything looking fresh. So I usually massage the oil all over the face, neck, and décolleté, depending on how much skin they're showing, and go right into a mattifying moisturizer, just to get rid of the shine on the T-zone, wherever the skin tends to get shiny. A little bit of lip oil or lip balm. This one is lip oil from Chapstick. And I usually let the lip soak the oil while I'm doing the makeup, so it's always nice and fresh. Foundation I use a little bit differently than most people. I use it only to even out the skin tone and not to really cover. The problem with covering too much is that you get that masky looking skin all over the face. So it's very important to use a smaller detail brush or a sponge and only use it where you need to even out the tone. Get rid of some redness, take some of the sun damage out. But the foundation is not supposed to be used as a cover-up. That comes later with concealer. And that's all the foundation she needs, literally just a pump and then blend it with the brush and then just work it on her skin. And don't forget to use the foundation wherever you're exposing the skin, because when the camera hits and the flash goes off, the skin needs to read the same and it bounces off differently if you don't have the foundation on. Next step is a concealer. And this is an important step also. You want to choose a concealer that not only matches the skin, but also a concealer that doesn't cake and it doesn't get too heavy under the eyes especially. Concealer is used anywhere that you need to perfect the skin. I usually use it under the lips where the shadow is cast a little bit. As you can see, it just lifts right away. And you don't want to put it on the line, but right where the shadows are. And that's how you get a nice lift, and you don't need to resort into heavy contouring and highlighting if you do the skin right. When you're doing concealer under the eyes, you don't want to put it all under here. It's usually when you see on the tutorials, they just kind of put on too much concealer all the way. It's very important to put as little as possible in order to make it last all day, and also in order to make the skin look youthful. One of the biggest mistakes is using too much concealer, especially on the outer sides of the eyes.
What happens when you do it on the outer side?
When you smile, it goes into the creases. It goes into the creases. Right now you're very young, so you don't really have the lines, but once you have the lines and you know, this area moves all the time, the laugh lines. So it always moves. That eye area also gets warm. It melts the products and it just kind of settles into the lines and make you look older. So concealer is applied only where it's needed. It's where the shadow is. So you want to get rid of that, you know, the blueness and the redness under the eye. But again, the more real the skin looks, the prettier the outcome would be, and not that plastic doll look that we see on social media a lot. I'm using a little brightening powder by Laura Mercier here. I'm using a very fluffy synthetic brush so it doesn't hold too much powder. And I get rid of the powder on my hand, then very lightly sit the concealer immediately. Before we do anything for the eyes, I'm gonna curl the lashes. A good lash curler is very important to have, or a few of them in case you're a makeup artist, because they have different kind of curve and it's very important to get the right fit for the eye. And then I'm using black gel liner from Laura Mercier with a flat brush just to thicken the lash line. So you press right here and it just exposes the root of the lashes and you go right where the lashes grow. And one thing to remember, this is not applied on the waterline. It's only applied at the root of the lashes. That way when you blink, it doesn't transfer on the bottom. So as a base, I used MAC Chilled on Ice. It's like a nice little cream with a tiny touch of shimmer, but it has a hidden shimmer, so it just looks like satin when when you put it on. You could just use your fingers with it. And then to open up the inner corner of the eyes, I always use this beautiful RMS cream shadow. It's called Living Luminizer. And this could be used anywhere on the face. A little bit here. The glow on the cheek I always add on. So I start with an oil, then I go into that, and at the end I can use even some liquidy serum that has shimmer in it to make sure that the cheekbones come out beautifully. And now I'm using a kajal that I have made for myself in Afghanistan. And this is like a cream. You can use a cream black eyeshadow or a black eyeliner along the lashes to create a definition. You don't have to be very careful with this. It can even be a little messy at first. And because it's a cream and it has enough playtime, you can just blend it. So we're creating a smoky eye, but at the same time, it's still a clean look for the eyes. This is just a remnant of the concealer in my brush, and I'm just kind of cleaning up the way I want the line to be. It's always good to fix the creams with powders in order to make them last longer. So I'm just using a little bit of the translucent powder where I use the cream. So you can use any black eyeshadow. I'm using this beautiful black one from Laura Mercier. It's a baked eyeshadow. And I'm basically pulling the color from the lashes up and out. Not too much in the middle, because we want to open up the eyes a little bit. So again, just to create a little bit of shadow on the crease, you can bring in the color and just wipe it off so there's a ghost of it left to create the shape without actually looking like you have a cut crease there. Lining the bottom of the eyes is a personal thing. Some people like it, some people don't. For a very smoky eyes, you can just leave it alone and just do the top. But for this particular look, we did kind of halfway on the bottom and then all the way on top. Some women, they prefer not to put too much liner on the bottom if they have very dark circles. This is just whatever is left on my concealer brush. It just picks up all of the pigments that I don't want. I'm gonna add a little mascara.
What mascara is that? It feels thick and good.
This one is NARS Audacious.
That sounded terrible.
Thick and good is good. We want lashes. It's a good basic one to have. And to open the eyes, I'm gonna put a little bit of mascara, especially on the center at the very end of the lashes, and that just kind of opens the eyes this way. So a lot of times, instead of doing heavy makeup, I usually try to layer lashes in a certain way to create shape for the eyes. That way you can cheat and not use a heavy liner on heavy makeup, and it looks very fresh and clean without looking like you have a lot on. And also another tip is to blend in different length lashes. So I go from a medium to a short in order to make it look seamless. And she's ready for a red carpet. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, put it on the comments below and I'll be glad to answer them for you.